Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're getting right to it, talking about something that is so fundamental to, well, everything. Independence, health, strength. It really is. We've been looking at some incredible research, and one claim just jumped out. Up to 14% of seniors over 65 are unknowingly making this daily mistake with their food. And it's a mistake that's quietly costing them. We're talking about strength, stability, their independence. Exactly. So our mission for this deep dive is to, cut through decades of old advice. We've synthesized findings from a massive study. Yeah, they analyzed over 3,000 foods to see what really moves the needle for an aging body. Yeah, and we've pulled out the top 10. The top 10 affordable everyday foods that rebuild muscle faster than the one we all thought was number one, which brings us to the first big shock in the material. It really is a shocker when scientists filtered all those foods, looking specifically at what works for older adults. The one food that doctors have recommended for decades, the quote-unquote perfect protein. It didn't even make the top 10 list. We're talking about the egg. It's not the egg, it's just the wow. Yeah, so why? What's the problem with eggs in this context? Well, it's really twofold. First, for seniors, the perfect protein is, well, it's actually pretty inefficient. Inefficient how? The science is clear that as our digestive systems age, the protein in eggs is just absorbed less effectively. So those essential amino acids you need for muscle repair, they don't get where they need to go. Exactly. They don't reach the muscle tissue in time or, in the right quantity. You're eating the protein, but your body isn't fully harvesting it. So you're putting in the work, but not getting the results. Precisely. And the research also mentioned a second concern that for some people, the cholesterol can quietly impact circulation. And if you're fighting muscle decline, you need fantastic blood flow to deliver nutrients. So the old favorite might actually be working against the goal. It could be. And this really reframes everything. This isn't just about eating a little better. This is about actively safeguarding your future. We want you walking, traveling, staying strong, not dealing with walkers and prescriptions. And the potential here is what's so exciting. When we get to food number 4 on our list, the scientists were stunned. They found a food that sparked new muscle fiber growth in people over 75. Which was thought to be impossible after 70. Completely impossible. Okay, so let's start the countdown. And we're going to begin with the concept that eggs, completely miss. Overnight repair. I love this. We never think about it, but most of our muscle recovery happens while we're asleep. So kicking it off at number 10, the food that works while you rest. Number 10 is cottage cheese. An old classic. It's a powerhouse. And it's all about one specific protein. Casein. Right, casein, that's the slow digesting one. Think of it like a time-release fuel. Unlike the quick burst from an egg, casein digests slowly, releasing amino acids steadily for hours. It's a drip feed. So it's nourishing your muscles all night long while your body's in restoration mode. That's it. And you're getting about 25 grams of high-quality protein in a cup, plus calcium and phosphorus. You need that strong bone foundation for muscles to anchor to. We saw this with an anecdote in the source material. A woman named Helen, 72. She had stiff, aching legs in the morning, a very common complaint. She added just a half a cup of cottage cheese before bed. Within 2 weeks, she said her legs felt better and her energy lasted way longer the next day. That's the casein at work. There's a British Journal of Nutrition study showing this exact thing. Better overnight muscle protein synthesis. Plus, many cottage cheeses have probiotics, which helps absorption. That's a huge deal as we get older. Okay, so that's timing. Let's move to number 9 and talk about fighting a silent enemy of muscle inflammation. I never died. Tofu. Tofu gets a bad rap sometimes. It does, but nutritionally it's a giant. It's a complete protein for one, all 9 essential amino acids. But its secret weapon for seniors is its isoflavones, the plant compounds, right? Yes, and they gently mimic estrogen. This is so important because declining hormones in both men and women really accelerate muscle and bone loss. Tofu helps, support that balance. There is that story about Walter, a 76-year-old mechanic, a real skeptic, a meat and potatoes guy. He had severe joint pain. He swapped fried chicken for baked tofu just twice a week. And he said his drugs eased up and he stopped needing that afternoon nap. That's the anti-inflammatory effect, plus the complete protein. And studies show that older adults who include soy protein actually maintain more lean muscle than those who only eat animal protein. It's powerful stuff. Without the cardiovascular concerns the research flagged with eggs. Let's move on. We've talked about type A, inflammation. Now let's talk sustained fuel. This brings us to number 8. Chickpeas, or garbanzo beans here. Chickpeas are all about balance. You get 15 grams of plant-based protein, sure, but it's mixed with complex carbohydrates, so no energy spike and crash, none. You get this steady, consistent energy for your muscles, your heart, your brain. Yeah, it lasts for hours. I'm thinking of Evelyn, the 7-year-old retired teacher from the notes. She swapped her white bread at lunch for a chickpea salad. And what happened? That 2 p.m. fatigue wall she always hit? Gone. She said her legs felt stronger and her hands even trembled less. That's the steady fuel. The journal Nutrients actually confirmed this. Legumes improve muscle endurance over refined grains. Plus, you get magnesium and zinc, which are crucial for muscle contraction. Okay, on to number 7, a real nutritional heavyweight. Canned sardines. Sardines, an acquired taste for some, but wow, the payoff is huge. 20 grams of complete protein, and then you have the omega-3s. They are just incredible at reducing that chronic, low-grade inflammation that sabotages strength in seniors. It's the inflammation that stops recovery in its tracks. It does. And beyond that, you get vitamin D and calcium for bone density, and this is important. A ton of vitamin B12 for the nervous system, for keeping that signal from the brain to the muscle crystal clear. You can have strong muscles, but if the signal is fuzzy, you can't use them. And the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition linked omega-3s to stronger grip strength, which is one of the best predictors of longevity we have. It's amazing. What, Frank? 78 from the anecdotes. Try them on crackers twice a week. Less ache after gardening, more stamina on walks. That's a huge return on investment, absolutely. Now for number 6, an ancient grain that a lot of people overlook. Millet. People think it's just birdseed, but it's a fantastic source of plant protein and complex carbs. It burns slow and steady, which helps stabilize your glucose levels, and it's packed with magnesium and iron, which means better blood flow, more oxygen getting to your muscles. Harold, an 81-year-old carpenter, swapped his morning white toast for millet porridge. And what did he notice? Within 3 weeks, he said his legs trembled less when he stood up. He could climb stairs with more confidence. That's the magnesium at work, relaxing those tight, cramped muscles. It's amazing how these small changes add up. Okay, number 5. This one is about more than just muscle. It's about the whole support system. Number 5 is mussels. They're a dual-purpose champion. 18 grams of complete protein, yes, but they're also loaded with taurine. It's an amino acid that's been shown to specifically protect muscle tissue from age-related decline. So it's building and protecting at the same time. And it's helping preserve the collagen in your joints, ligaments, tendons, the stuff that holds you together. So you can actually use the new muscle without pain. That's the goal. The research also noted the zinc in mussels helps support hormone production, which, that really declines after 70. Clara, 69, tried frozen mussel stew weekly and noticed she could lift pots easier. Better grip strength. Okay, we've covered some amazing foundational foods. Now we're heading into the top 4, the superfoods, the circulation boosters. These are the game changers. This is where it gets really exciting. Let's start with number 4, the one you mentioned that shocked the scientists. Nori seaweed. Nori. It's a silent powerhouse. So thin, so simple, but it's packed with complete proteins, iodine, magnesium, vitamin C. But wait, stop right there. You said this was the one tied to new muscle fiber growth in people over 75. How? What's the mechanism? This is the amazing part. It's not just the nutrients, it's the delivery system. The protein in nori is in the form of bioactive peptides, meaning They're tiny protein fragments that are absorbed way more quickly and efficiently by an aging digestive system. It's a direct deposit of building blocks right into your system. Maximum uptake. And that rapid bioavailable protein combined with all the trace minerals seems to provide the signal to kickstart tissue regeneration that we thought was impossible. That is just incredible, so you don't need a lot of it, not at all. Robert, a 73-year-old, just crumbled nori sheets over his soup instead of crackers. He felt less stiff and noticed his balance was better. That's improved muscle signaling right there. Amazing. Okay, let's keep the momentum going. Number 3. Number 3 is a concentrated dose of anti-inflammatory power. Spirulina, the blue-green algae, one of the richest protein sources on the planet. About 8 grams of complete protein in 2 tablespoons. But its real strength is an antioxidant called phycocyanin. What does that actually do for your muscles? It fights inflammation, but more importantly, it improves oxygen delivery to the muscle tissues. Think about walking upstairs when you're out of breath. Your muscles just give out, right? Spirulina helps get more oxygen where it needs to go, so your muscles can work longer, more efficiently. That translates directly to real-world endurance. Margaret, a 75-year-old nurse, added a teaspoon to her smoothie. She said her legs ached less and she wasn't as winded on the stairs. She was giving her body premium fuel. The Journal of Medicinal Food confirmed it. Spirulina boosts muscle endurance and cuts fatigue. Now for number 2, this one is all about the highway system that delivers that fuel. Earth almonds, or tiger nuts. They're actually tuberous, not nuts. And what makes them so special? Their arginine content. It's very high. And arginine is a precursor to nitric oxide, which is the key to circulation. It's the key. Nitric oxide winds your blood vessels. It dramatically improves circulation, making sure all those nutrients from the nori, the oxygen from the spirulina, it all gets to the muscles where it's needed. So no more heavy feeling legs. Exactly. Dolores, 79, she swapped her afternoon cookies for a handful of these. She said her legs felt less heavy and her nightly calf cramps almost disappeared. Wow, that's the circulation boost from the nitric oxide plus the magnesium they contain, which prevents the cramping. It's a perfect 1-2 punch. All right, we've arrived at number 1. The food that provides the ultimate foundation for both strength and stability. Our number 1 is teff grain, sometimes called Thai grain. Teff, it's tiny, the tiniest grain but the most nutrient-dense. 10 grams of complete protein per cup, tons of iron, calcium. But its secret is its unusually high lysine content. And lysine is critical for collagen production, everywhere in the body. We can't just focus on muscle. We have to support the structure that holds it all together, the connective tissue, ligaments, joints. Teff does both. It builds strength and stability. It's a total inside-out rebuild. Leonard, 82, he switched from white rice to teff porridge a few times a week. He said his balance improved so much, and he felt lighter getting out of his chair. That's a direct impact on fall risk, a huge impact. The International Society of Sports Nutrition found teff boosts hemoglobin levels, which means better oxygen delivery. For older adults, that translates directly to stronger, more confident steps. It's the whole package. And there it is, 10 affordable, everyday foods that just prove muscle loss is not inevitable. It's absolutely not. The message is so empowering. You don't need expensive, complicated supplements. You just need to choose the right fuel. It's about consciously choosing that premium fuel, like teff or spirulina, over, say, the inefficient protein in eggs. Exactly. You're making a direct, measurable investment in your strength, in your independence. Your body is so much more capable of regeneration than we were ever led to believe. So, we want to leave you with this thought today. If one simple, small dietary shift like adding some cottage cheese before bed, or swapping a refined grain for teff can restore your balance, your confidence, and literally spark regeneration in your muscles, then what's the one small step you're willing to take today to secure your future independence? Thank you for joining us for this deep dive. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more health tips and scientific insights. Your support helps us grow and create even better content for you. Write in the comments, where are you watching from? I'd love to know which part of the world you're joining us from. Stay healthy, stay informed, and see you in the next video.